Bago mo tapusin sa idaman, bumili ka muna ng ano. Slim yan.
Maganda din yung parang pencil na skin color.
Wait, di naman nangyari kay ano, Pudin. Pero yung skin color niya, kaya lang ng damit niya. Ako, yung ano. Yung skin color, yung pinag siya. Tingin mo iba. Kuya, naman na ganyan. Hindi mo. Pwede naman siya white man. Kahit siya white, hindi wala akong white. Dapat sa puding, hindi siya white. Sa puding pala. Ito. Dapat puding na niya lang ako. Kaya nga dapat din mo na lang ganyan. Yan, ito, ginagyan ko talaga yan. Hindi ko nalayan yung skin nila kung shadows lang. Eh, kasi ganyan talaga yung design nila.
Hungry Hong Kong.
Gaya pala siya sa ano, ito, gaya talaga mukha niyan.
Exactly. The walls out there, Colonel.
Manap ko na ano, ba tawag sa ganito?
It won't be with me stuck behind a desk.
Yan ang tawag dyan, bilis yung tita mo.
Are you listening?
You're an agent. You're not.
Dual tip, parang ka ng marker sa ano.
Promote me.
Mamaya na
Has a
tayo.
nice ring to it. I just-
Asa ng daddy, anong ginagawa?
Maganda dyan colored pencil. For sa skin. Parang
Kinalat niya na to, anong lagay niya dito?
Yan, tapos, ba't pa ako pinababa?
Ready to join the war effort, Steve?
Kung hindi naman yung
The last
sinabi,
is
sabi lang
the
ibaba.
107th hit friendly fire here.
Para
If
ipakita
your friend
yan.
was taken prisoner by Hydra.
Ano yung sa'yo nakuha yan? Yung palabas na yan? Sa
Can't
phone.
ask you to go.
You're not asking. He's your friend.
The best one I got.
But even better. If we're going to take down Hydra, we'll need all the friends we can get.
I owe you one.
You owe me more than that.
Así. Yo me pan por eso ya.
This is nice. You mind if I have a go?
Sabi daw. Pero wait, saglit lang daw.
Since when did
Hungry.
James fight like that?
Hungry.
Today. Understood.
Are you the 107th? I'm here to start the class.
Who are you supposed to be? Queen of England?
Steve Rogers sent me. The name's Captain
Ay!
Carter.
Kaya,
Captain Carter. Captain America na to, Captain Carter.
yan ako sa taas.
Steve?
Rogers?
Steve!
Hey, Peggy. Now you owe me one. Hold on a second. She's friends with that Hydra Stomper? I think I'm friends with him too. Stark made me some new dancing shoes. What do you think?
Then we better start dancing.
Ba Captain America na kayo, Captain United Kingdom.
Hold on. You can't even
Hindi
draw
na ba,
a
mami?
car. So Hazab.
Langyap si Gandun, lahat ng kalokohan.
Let's hear it for Captain Carter!
Ginas kasi sa lamig ko, nasa sayo.
We have a war to win.
Yeah.
Galing.
yung ano mo.
Mr. President, I've always said that lady is real.
Pinapagaling mo rin mo.
Kasha
Malinaw na na, kami no.
Yes, bakit luminaw? Ano yung palabas tayo sa...
Kasha ba?
Dire-diretso, no?
Oo, dali tapusin mo na yan. Naka-land cable ba yan?
Anong pangalan yan?
Dalawa ng pangalan na.
Mamili ka lang. Trinidad Rase o Celso Owen Rase.
Ay, ano nangyari?
Pinatay mo.
Nagkano yan, Hans?
Nagbigay din dyan.
Hindi no? Ayun natin.
Malinaw.
Ano yung pangulo mo?
Pati ah. Tingnan mo.
Captain Carter.
Eh di pwede dyan na tayo mag-ano, Dad.
The Fuhrer
Video okay?
presence incoming.
Bakit?
Diyan ay connect sa YouTube na ng ano, sa PC na. Okay.
But a god does not answer to a
Ayos na
man.
yan lahat para
From Casa Wall. Hanko.
Jersey ka bububol lang. Ilagay mo lang sa lalagyan kaya ko nilagay mo para...
Capacity to understand. Soon, true champion, the Hydra shall be summoned from beyond the stars.
Iano ko na lang, hindi na ako magbubutas.
May away ka pa ba? Kita mo ka.
Sige na.
Para ano, hindi makalat.
Okay,
Gwen,
nakita
nakita
na.
doon. Gwen, halika rito, Gwen. Ah, ito, bigyan mo yung cellphone ni Daddy. Ibo.
Thank you, Kuya.
Excuse me.
Africa.
Saan? Ano yan? Lumabas na ako.
Wow.
Hi.
Kuhin baba daw. Hindi ko kukuhain ng sila.
Meron dito? Meron dito? Tingin sa diba? Meron doon? Dito.
open the safe?
Andun sa isang box yun.
Africa, Asia, Europe, Africa.
Sarang the window.
Kumagana, Dad.
Squat.
What?
I don't know.
Bago, Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Same syrup for adventure, but zero the sugar. New Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. From Instant Zero.
Melt into your skin as you apply it. Both blend easily, have no white cast. It's definitely glowy.
Here it is, gray. Such a mediocre color, really. I imagine you'd be hard-pressed to find someone whose favorite color is gray. But at the same time, finding someone whose least favorite color is gray would be just as difficult. I mean, it's not black, it's not white, it's just somewhere in between, kind of like uncommitted. But now that I've sold you on the color, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna create something using every single gray art supply that I own. And I hope you'll come along. Once I've gathered all of my gray art supplies into one place, I then swatch them all on a very useful piece of paper, a swatch card. You know, while many of the art supplies do have color-coordinated caps, and all of this art supplies are technically gray, there's still very few that actually look the same. You know, besides my two markers that are both called Cool Gray number 7, they look exactly the same. Also, I think we need to talk about Warm Gray Zero. You're not fooling anyone. Also, as I swatch, you may notice a lot of metallic silvers. That's because I was stupid. I guess I could end the sentence there, but I thought I didn't actually own a large number of gray art supplies and thought that I'd maybe need some filler. I forgot how many gray Ohus I have, so this was completely unnecessary, but it did make my finished illustration a lot more shiny. So hey. Anyway, with that, now I have made a color key, and it's time to move on to the next step, which is creating thumbnails. I like to do this in my sketchbook. I mean, where else do you keep the sketches? Anyway, the reason we create thumbnails is because we can't draw something until we know what that something is. I tried to create an illustration that was very heavily inspired by our medium, and I guess essentially that is the color gray. I did try to design a fun outfit that I thought would be exciting to draw, you know, even though it's all gonna be gray. This didn't take too long because most outfits, I think, are just fun to draw, so I settled on that pretty quick, and then I moved on to working on the composition. This did take a few tries, but essentially I knew what I wanted. A girl sitting around, crumpled on the floor, in grungy clothes. So essentially I just drew that repeatedly until I was happy with it. I also decided on her sitting like engulfed in a cloud, you know, specifically a gray cloud, a doi. Honestly, the whole cloud concept was the trickiest for me to decide on. I wanted it to be stylized, but it also looked like, you know, a cloud. What ended up helping was having a mixture of curved and also straight lines instead of, you know, just like the curvy, generic round cloud. Something else that helped was just making sure that the cloud didn't look too samey anywhere and giving it lots of variety and space to be itself. Honestly, I'm very familiar, specifically recently, with the feeling of, like, grayness. You know, not happy, not overly sad, just sort of existing in a realm between, which, in my opinion, if just existing was a color, pretty sure it'd be gray. Oh, that one sketch there where the character looks like, I mean, you could call them plants behind her. That one I just wanted to try like a different idea where the character was existing, but the plants were representing life behind her where it was still blossoming. And while this does tell a story that I'm interested in conveying, it just didn't quite fit my main, like, story that I wanted to tell with this, which is more about the year 2020 and my experiences with it. Essentially, this illustration represents my 2020 and maybe anyone else who had to grieve for a loved one while going through the worst year collectively for the planet in recent memory. I mean, there certainly was A lot of sitting around, crumpled on the floor, in grungy clothes, although far less fashionably than my sketches would suggest. And if just describing what I'm trying to draw wasn't depressing enough, my pencil that I was using literally broke in my hand, cracked straight down the barrel, and it won't really hold the lead anymore. Problem is, it's also one of my great art supplies, so I'm going to need it for the illustration, so I guess I'll just have to be very accommodating of its needs, and hopefully everything will work out. So now we have an idea. I've figured out how to draw clouds, and I've also filled an entire spread. It's finally time to start moving into the main event. Drawing something with all the gray outside. Whoops. I've decided to wear gray in the spirit of this video, although it's 80 degrees outside and I don't have air conditioning, so I don't know how long this will last. Ew, what's that? Be gone, smudge. If you're wondering what paper I use, it's this stuff. It's heavyweight, as it says, and it can hold whatever you throw at it. I only really use it for my every color video, but because I am throwing so many different art supplies at one illustration and I just want to know that it's going to hold up, and this stuff always does. Here we've got all of my unused gray art supplies on the left, there's a couple paints at the top, and to make sure that I actually use every single one of them, I'm going to move them from the left side of my desk to the right. That way I can't cheat. This illustration is going to be in portrait. I thought for a second about landscape, but no. Let me stick to my thumbnails for once. Now, usually I would sketch with a Col-Erase pencil, but I don't have a gray one, so I've opted for this guy. This is an Ohu brush marker. It's in the color Neutral Gray 02, not to be mistaken with Neutral Gray number 2. It happens to be my lightest art supply, so I'll be